Good morning, Rabbi.
We're learning Mishna Yevamos, Parak Gimel, Chapter 3, Mishna 7. We're doing the second half of Mishna 7. So let's start with the diagram, as we tend to do. Okay. So now, if you start on the top line starts as the case starts off as has been said, starting off the whole time. You've got two brothers married to two sisters. So we start on line number 1. You've got brother 1 married to sister 1, brother 2 is married to stranger, and brother 3 is married to sister 2. Brother 2 is married to the woman who is not married, who is not related to the other women. Okay, that's line number 1. That's been the setup already for a while. Now, line number 2. The next step that happens is that brother 1 divorces sister 1. She is not present in the picture anymore, right? That's because she's gone. She could have been divorced. She could have died. But the point is that what happens now, the first step or the next step is that brother 1 and sister 1 are not married anymore. Mm-hmm. Brother 1 and sister 1 are not married anymore. Okay, so brother 1 is single. Brother 2 remains married to stranger. Brother 3 remains married to sister number 2. Mm-hmm. That's the second line. In the third line, what happens is that brother number 2 dies, because we see brother 2 is not there anymore in line 3. That's because he died. And the story is that brother 1 did yibum on stranger. He did yibum on brother 2's wife. Okay, so now we're left with brother 1 married to stranger, and brother 3 is married to sister. And then what happens in line number 4 is stranger dies. Not stranger dies. I'm sorry. What happens is that brother 1 dies. Okay, brother 1 dies, which means now that stranger is falling to brother number 3 for yibum. Okay, and brother 3 is still married to sister 2. So the fact that we have a connection between stranger and brother 3 with a check means they can have yibum. Now, you may wonder, but at one point, but the thing is that in line number 1, right? I'm sorry. And the point is like this. The point is that being that sister number 1 fell out of the picture in line number 2, so it comes out that even when brother 1 in the third line did yibum on stranger, she was never a co-wife with sister 1. She was never a co-wife with sister 1 at that point. There was never a point of time that they were co-wives when they fall in yibum together. That's the point of this case. The point of this case is that if the erva, right, the one who is an erva, falls out of the picture before any kind of yibum takes place, then the co-wife is not a co-wife of an erva. She's just a wife. And therefore, in the bottom line, when brother 1 does yibum to stranger, right? There was no sister 1 there anymore, right? Sister 1 was gone. And therefore, it comes out that stranger was never a tsaras erva, and therefore, when stranger falls to yibum, because brother 1 dies, so there's no problem with brother 3 doing yibum on stranger. Stranger's not the sister of sister 2, and therefore there is no problem doing yibum. That is the second half of the Mishnah. So let's read it. Let's read it inside.
Sounds a lot easier.
Okay, let's read it inside. Shaloisha Achim, 3 brothers. Shnai mehem nesuyin shtei achayos. 2 of them are married to 2 sisters. Ve'echad nasui nachris. And one of them is married to a stranger, meaning to a woman not related in any way. Now, Geirash echad mi baalei achayos es ishtoi. One of the brothers married to a sister divorces his wife, which in our case, in our picture, was brother 1 divorces sister 1. Umeis nasui nachris. And then the one married to the stranger, he dies. Okay, so his wife, stranger, now falls to yibum. She falls to yibum either to, theoretically, to either brother 1 or brother 3. But what happened is, the one who divorced, meaning brother 1 who divorced sister 1, he did yibum on her, Vames, and then he died. Zuhi sha'amru, this is where the sages had said, V'kulan shemesu niskarshu. in any case where the erva has either died or has become divorced before there is any situation of yibum, saresein mutares, the co-wives, which aren't really co-wives, but landing up being another wife of their husband, is going to be permissible for yibum to be done on, because in this case there was never a point of time that both the stranger and the erva fell together for yibum. They never married together at the same time. That when a yibum took place, that we say it's a case of an erva and a tzares erva, the co of an erva falling to yibum, and therefore, since that's not what happened over here in this situation, the co-wives are going to be permissible, because since, again, in our case, stranger was never married at the same time to sister one at a point when yibum was taking place, therefore her status of a tzares erva never comes about, and therefore yibum can be done on her. Okay.
So the stranger had children?
No. Doesn't make a difference if stranger had children. Brother 2 never had children. Mm-hmm. And brother 1 never had children. And when they died, there was no children.
And if they did have children, he could still marry, and then he'd be a...
If who had children?
Let's say stranger had...
if she has her own children from a different man, it doesn't make a difference.
Right.
Okay. Back to the Chofetz Chaim. Okay. So the Chofetz Chaim was going through the different examples of when you speak about a person's lack of quality, how it can constitute Lashon Hara. And he went through a number of examples. He spoke about if you say about a person who's not so wise, a person who's weak, a person who's not well-to-do, how all these things, depending on the context, can be considered Lashon Hara or not. So the Chofetz Chaim says, Al kein kasha ma'od la'atik b'sefer kol inyanim ha'nachshalim b'inyan Lashon Hara. It is therefore very difficult to illustrate every single case that could come about that could be Lashon Hara, especially when one statement for one person could be Lashon Hara, the other one would not be. Take the words of the Rambam as a crown for your head and remember them constantly. That anything that it becomes publicized could cause another person, meaning you say something and it becomes publicized, you could cause somebody else hezek begufay, damage physically, monetarily, or to cause him to suffer, or to frighten him. That is considered Lashon Hara. V'zar achi, and remember my brother, shayata is chayetz alemar. The Eitz of inclination may come to trick you with the following argument. Haloi amru chazal, our sages stated, what you don't like done to you, don't do to others. V'sit aloimar, so you'll make the following mistake. The Yitzhar is going to make the following claim. Ma amarti alav. You say to yourself, what do I say about him? All I said is he only learns Torah for 3 or 4 hours a day. I don't have to love him more than myself. I wish people would say about me. It'd be great if people said about me that it's 3 or 4 hours a day. So basically he's trying to claim, look, what I said about him, I wouldn't mind if anybody said it about me. So I don't have to treat him better than myself. Don't do unto others what you don't want done to you. I don't mind if this is done to me, so that I can do it to others. Or getting the other examples that he gave about giving tzedakah and such. You say he only gives us so much money. I'd be very happy if somebody said that about me. He says, but it's a mistake. And when the Gemara says, whatever you don't want done to you, don't do to others, doesn't mean about you. It means if you would be in his situation. Yeah. If you would be in his situation where you don't want done to you, don't do to him. But it's not about judging everything just based on your situation. The point is, it's not about judging what you would like. It's about, the judgment is, when the Gemara says, don't do unto others, we don't want done unto you, that means don't do unto others. If you would be in their situation, you don't do unto others what you want done to you if you'd be in that situation. That's the point. And therefore, Don't make that mistake. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, everybody.